Hello and welcome, each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me again is Sofie Collette, high sensitive astrologer, light warrior standing for independence and empowerment for people, and much, much more. But today, Collette is with us as astrologers. So, hello, Collette.
Yeah, Sophie. Yeah, Sophie. Don't worry.
Sophie.
I
Sorry,
know
I don't know
many.
where I am.
No, don't
I
worry.
haven't.
Many people make that easily. They think my first name is Colette because it's a first name, as we know too. So yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know. It just came out, this Colette, and it suits you so well as well.
But
So
it is my name after all.
yeah, yeah, Sophie. It's very nice that you agreed actually uh, to come to show as astrologer because for those who is watching now and don't know any history about it, I promise 7 people, I promise do astrology readings. In very beginning when I started my shows, it was like third show I done. Now I'm like
Mhm.
70 or something, but that was the third show what I done, and my partner at the time uh, agreed with some astrologer that we will bring in astrologer, and I had to collect information from few people, and we will
Mhm.
do it live astrology readings for them. But on last minute, literally hour before show, astrologer tell me he's not going to do it. So it
Yeah.
left me with seven
Yes.
seven informations. And what he done some charts, but obviously without explanation. So it's left me dry, and I
Mhm.
promise all 7 people, I did promise that I will bring astrologer. I do apologize, it was long wait because as you see, it's from December till now. We are in May, but astrologer is here, and I will give all floor to astrologer.
Yeah. Thank you, Daiga. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to really make up for, you know, the person that let you down in a way, to give people something they can go with, and to explain a bit more about astrology and as a tool, how it can help you, what it can do, um, anything that is actually a an advantage in your life. And I'm not going to make it too long because a full reading with people for one chart would take like minimum an hour, and that's not the point of tonight or this afternoon whenever you're watching. The point is to give you a bit of insight with the details I had from the different people, and I'm going to mention their sort of first name, and then I will say a bit more about what I see immediately, specifically in the chart that um, really comes out as a first thing I see specifically. So what you can do with astrology, you can use this in different ways as a tool to get to know yourself very well. Um, Use this as a tool in your life in different areas to see where your strengths are, where you have to work more on yourself, how you can use astrology in a positive way in your life. You go with the wave, it's like you ride, you surf a wave without being interrupted too much or fall off the surfboard. Um, you can use it for everything, whether that is for yourself, first of all, your career, even your finances, relationships, health. There's so many ways you can use astrology and look, is it a good time to travel? Is it a good time to change my job? Is this a good time to move house? There's so many ways you can look at astrology. When is it a good time to do anything, actually? And that's what we see as well in the world right now. So astrology is used as a tool to expand consciousness and use those energies in a positive way. And once you understand a bit more about yourself and what's going on in the world, it makes it a bit easier in life to deal with everything. So you will see when there's we just had the full moon this weekend, 15th, 16th of May. In my opinion, this was the strongest full moon of the whole year, because it was a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio loves to dig everything deep underground so it can't be seen, for long time. It goes into depth where nobody goes, and it hides everything that what the light can't see. But that full moon is now triggering all that darkness or all the unhealed stuff, and it's all coming to the surface. It is unstoppable. We are now on a wave, and this is not just 2 days. This has set a energy in motion. This full moon has started a shift of consciousness, has triggered a lot of people. I know many people have struggled over the last week and weekend, and still are, on an emotional level, because Scorpio is a water sign, so its element is connected to emotions, the deepest and darkest emotions that we try to suppress in our subconsciousness. So everything that is still in the back of our subconsciousness that is hidden will come to the surface, will come to the light. It will come to, it will be there, even if you don't want to see it. So we are dealing with a very, let's say, tricky time for many people. And you can then look in your own chart. Even if you don't have the explanation of the chart, you sort of can see the basics where the moon could be affecting you in your chart. Even with a little bit of slight of explanation of an astrologer, you could work with that a bit. It's a process. It's a learning process. But today, I'm going to just go into a few bullet points of every chart that I was sent from you, the details of the people that you gave me, to sort of give them something that they have an idea a little bit, because there's so much to cover. We would be here till tomorrow still, even on the basics, you would think, God, how long can this take?
I think probably is work and finances is the a couple things what we really need to cover today, if it's possible.
Maybe it's going to be less in the chart because that takes quite some work, but I'll have a look, because that is Venus, where Venus is in the chart. There's other positions as well that are important, but Venus is the planet that represents money. And the second house, for many people, this is like Chinese, because all these terminologies for many people is very hard to understand, because they don't know what that means, the second house, or planet in a house. So
I absolutely don't have any idea.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. So, it is so complicated to explain to people if they not know anything about it, that I have to keep it very human and not go into much technical details. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to try to give something at least, because
I'm sure you're up for challenge.
Yeah. I've had many in life anyway. So I combine astrology as well with numerology, because that will give maybe a bit more extra. It's interesting. The numbers have a frequency as well. So your birth date carries frequencies, and they have also a meaning, which is quite interesting at times. It can give more insight in somebody's personality. But yeah, I will try to touch in every chart something about financial situations and, you know, what I see, because I work very intuitive with astrology. It's been now over 30 years I've been fascinated with it and looking into it. And it's always, you know, an intuitive way that has worked for me. Too technical, anybody can be technical. You can learn something, but if you don't use your intuition with that, you will not have the full picture. You need to use both to have a real understanding of things. So,
but I think when we're working with people, like I'm as a coach therapist, I have lots of techniques in my pocket, but doesn't mean for you work the same technique which one could work my previous client.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be like that.
No,
Every client
everybody's
is different.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it makes us all unique, and every client you have a different approach. It's not black and white. It's, you know, we have to adjust and approach things the way we feel is right for that person in front of us. What works for them that moment. Exactly. So the first person I've got is a man, is Christopher. And he's born on the 24th of December in 1991. And I'm just going to keep that very, you know, private. So there's enough details there to know, you know, if they
listening. He will know, and I will tell him that he needs to watch this show.
Yeah, so. Yes. So he will know it's about him then. So he's got the sun in Capricorn, and his rising sun is Pisces. So what does that mean? The rising sun in a chart is on the time that you were born. So in 24 hours of a day, you will have the 12 signs coming back. And on a certain time when you're born, you will have that sign that is actually part of your personality. It represents as well your character. Not only the sun in Capricorn on the 24th of December, it is also your sun sign, you know, you, and comes along with personality, characteristics, but also the Pisces will be playing a big part of your personality. A Capricorn, and I saw it is in a certain position in his chart, which I'm not going to go too technical. What I picked up from the chart is this is somebody who is very important is his career and his life. It's like he wants to invent new ways of working. He's like an inventor of things, I feel, as well. When I saw the chart, his position, his career is very important to him, to this person, or how people look at him in society. It could be somebody in different professions. He could be having a professional career. It's hard to say. I would have to go deeper into that, but I can't do it at the moment. It would be taking too long. There's so many angles I see of choice of career, because with the Pisces rising, it could be an artistic background, but also a medical background. So it is a big variety there. It depends on a lot of different aspects in the chart and the choices people make as well. On the other hand, the Capricorn, the sun in Capricorn, is very structured, planned, very earthy. It's an earth sign. So these people would be good as well in, let's say, I'll give you an example. A typical Capricorn profession would be like a dentist, if it's a medical thing, or a architect, because they love the structure, the planning, the drawing, and the creative side that they have as well, as being a rising sun in Pisces. So there are certain things, specific characteristics that do go in a certain way. It depends again on the person's choices and other positions, other planets. There was definitely something very specific in the chart with his career choice that will be significant, because it's unusual. It's like inventing something completely new as well in his career. In his career, future career, this is somebody who wants to invent new ways, new things, who is dreaming really of inventing new ideas, all these things. That came out very strongly. And then to go a little bit, what I as well saw is traveling. This is somebody who would travel, who would make long travels in the world, or he's going to do his job far away as well. Travel far away for his job as well. Also, higher education or an interest in learning other stuff somewhere abroad as well. That came out of that. And what I could see is as well, in life financially, this is somebody that would be all right financially, that will never have real trouble, that will be always in a way successful in what he wants to do. And there's a factor of luck as well. Somebody who is willing to work hard. That is sort of the overall bullet points I've taken out of this chart. And what else? A last thing. Very important one actually. On the numbers he has in his chart. He's a very creative soul. He has an intuition he needs to learn to use more. And it will be a life full of transformations. He will go through a lot of transformational times. And it's going to be, it's like ups and downs a lot in life. It's keeping that balance is very important in his chart as well. A lot of challenges, but if he can keep the balance, he will be all right, as long as he doesn't go up too high and then go down too low, because it's so easy to hit the bottom and then, feel that you're not in a good place. Because on an emotional level, this is a very sensitive person. Very sensitive. There's a certain intuition, sensitivity with this man. That was really what I picked up on this. The more I would go into, the more I pick up. But this is sort of, I think, a lot of in it that I'm really curious to know how he feel if he will listen to this afterwards.
Also, I would suggest he can contact you. Contact details is below video. He can contact you and you can give him really hour or even more.
The full
reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the more I go into it, I feel the more information I get. So I have to then sort of close it down. Otherwise, I'm going to go on for an hour. So as I say, I am not the technical astrologer. I'm the intuitive astrologer. Once you have the knowledge, you can almost apply that in a way that you feel, because I'm clairsentient, high sensitive. So it's like you get these vibes of a chart. This.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, and the next person I've got is a woman, is Irma. She's born on the 18th of May, 1963, which makes her a Taurus. And as we know, Tauruses now, since 2018, depending on when they're born in the sign, are going through massive changes in life now. Really massive, especially now. Their whole life is being turned upside down. Everything changes. So I will go into that also a little bit. That was really interesting, this one to look at. They're always interesting. It's fascinating to read people, because every man, woman is unique. Every soul is unique. Even when they are twins, there is something specific and unique about them. So this lady is a Taurus. And her rising sun sign, which determines as well her character, is Aquarius, which is an air sign. Somebody who, for a Taurus, that's quite unusual in a way of, because the Taurus wants the stability, the security. They want that sort of traditional way of being, and that Aquarius character side of her doesn't want anything of that at all. They want to be the rebel. They want to be different. They want to be free. They just want to be not as everybody else, basically.
Dual personality.
It's just challenging. At some point, they do want to have that security, and on the other hand, they like to take risks. They just gonna, do whatever they want to do, no matter what. So it's an interesting one always, because I'm just gonna have a quick look. Okay, yeah, okay. On the numbers as well. This would be somebody in her character that is very determined, who has an empathic side as well, and who has her head, the intelligence is there. She's, somebody who is very good with learning stuff as well. She would learn rather in an unconventional way, very different way than other people would do. And for me, on a, let's say, professional level, I would class her, if I see the chart, in a lot of communication and actually teaching other people stuff. Could be in a teaching professional capacity, or managing people, where she sort of is leading people, because she has Mars in Leo, which will show her leading characteristics. She is somebody who can lead at work very well, who will tell everybody what to do. She has a dominant character as well, this person, who takes on a lot of responsibilities in her life, of everything and everyone. She needs to be in a leading role, otherwise it won't work. These people with such a chart, with different things that they have in the chart, I see with her, have to do it themselves and be leading the whole team or group. That is very significant in this chart. She's a sensitive soul, though. On an emotional level, you won't know this until you really know her, but she's very sensitive. She would have a very good intuition, actually, as well. She got a good balance in her character, strong personality. I noticed on relationship-wise, this is somebody who needs freedom and is a dominant person again. So it would need a good balance in a relationship with anybody, where somebody as well strong enough to be able to cope with her because of the way she is. She knows what she wants. She's determined. And she needs that sort of freedom as well to be what she wants to do. Very interesting. Financially, I see no issues in life. There won't ever be a problem financially here. I can't see it. I think she sometimes also feels frustrated on her own. Her deep inside is something that sometimes can feel like she's being stopped or not be able to do what she really wants to do. But this is somebody really interesting who looks at the world in a very different way and wants to do things different. So very open mind as well. Yeah, that's sort of the general chart, what I saw in there. Okay.
And again, please, if you want a deep reading, contact Sofie.
Yeah, they can contact me if they want.
Below.
If they want a full reading or go into depth of stuff, I can have a look at the current planets, what they do, effects for the next coming years, the influences. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth looking at things if people have certain questions or they feel that they want to look into it really a bit more to understand astrology, because like I said, it can be a very useful tool to have. Once you understand more of the energies, everything in life will become a bit easier to do things, and you will understand why certain times and moments for certain things don't work so well and why they are better to do it a bit later or earlier. So yes, we've got the next person is a man, Piotr, 27th of June, 1970. So it is under the sign of Cancer. It's a male Cancer, so again, it's a water sign. Water signs are, let's say, very emotional. The main word is emotions with the water element. And his rising sun is in Virgo. So it would be Earth, which brings him more to the ground. Practical, rational, more grounded. Because the Cancer sign, the water sign, can make people's emotions go quite, to bring them back in a steady position. It's good to have an earth sign as rising sun. The balance between water and earth is always a positive, it's a harmonizing situation. So what I saw here is I noticed that this is somebody who would be best in a position working for himself or even working from home or in a home, in a homely situation. Among friends even. It's to do with friends as well. Or he has made a lot of friends in the work he does as well. In a professional sense, this situation with the Virgo could point out that he is in a job where he is serving others, helping, serving, in a way with people. Let's see. Yeah, okay. There is an adventurous side to this person. He's very an adventurer. Is somebody as well who wants to make the world a better place. He has that sort of mindset to make things good and happy for everybody in his character. He's spontaneous with his emotional side. He can just say as it is. He does want to be seen as somebody good in society. His position, how people look at him, for him is quite important. And it would be somebody who would speak to others, to give them the messages, who is good to bring out on a professional level even. I would say, yes. Professionally, somebody who's a good communicator. So he can do it well. Whatever he does with people or trade or business he's in, he's able to really well communicate with people. Yeah. And he's seen as somebody, gentle, a nice soul, in his way of work, what he does as well. That as well. What else? Strong personality in a way. When he comes in somewhere, people will notice him. Financially, he loves the nice, comfortable, lovely things in life as well. It's a bit a life of up and down on the financial level. Some moments he will do really well, and others he's going to be like, it's not so great right now. So it's a bit an up and down situation. One day he can have everything, and some days he will have to just be careful. I can't really see a big issue there, but it's like, if you don't have much, you don't spend much. But if you have got quite a bit, then you have a tendency to live it, I would say, in this person's chart. What else can we see? It's like he didn't finish something in his education. I don't know, or he finished something, a training that he wanted to do, something like that. It could be to do as well with, just checking out to see what I sense pick up as well. It could be to do with his way of belief or religion, how he's been brought up, that he feel very restricted in life on that level, where his beliefs clashed with the system as well. That feeling I get as well. Yeah, what else? There's also something to do with his roots in life. It's like something in his life didn't go where he comes from, or where his origins are, or his home country. That it's sort of was a bit of an illusion. It's like stepping out of an illusion that you think as a child. You see a vision, of your life and where you come from. And then later on you think, oh, well, that was not really what I saw back then. I lived as a child in this idea, in this illusion. And then you grow up and then you see the reality of that. That as well. I get that feeling as well. What else? Yeah, an adventurous. He's an adventurer. He loves to go on adventures and he's restless. It's a restless soul in a way. He wants to explore in life. It's like somebody who can never sit still. There's a restless side to him. There's an inner, you won't tell on the outside, but there's an inner nervous, restless energy in him that he can't sit still very well. He has to be busy all the time. It's like rest is for the dead, you know, that sort of sense I get. Yeah, I think that's about it for him. Yeah.
And again, Piotr, please, if you want a deep reading, contact Sofie.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free. So you have a bit of an insight, a little bit, you know, what astrology can give you. And, you know, it's interesting. It's just a new tool that could be useful for the future. Then I've got a lady, Carolina. Excuse me. She's born on the 28th of February, 1997. So that makes her a Pisces, Sun in Pisces, who are always very sensitive souls, water sign. Pisces, very gentle people usually, very gentle. And again, very interesting, she has her rising sun in Capricorn, which is not always an easy one, I find. The Capricorn can be very hard or come across very hard for others, for themselves as well. Although on the inside, they are very sensitive, but on the outside, they look very tough. Like they always want to look tougher than they are. They can be very strict as well. It's a very interesting chart because it's definitely a new kind of soul energy than our generations in the 70s and the 60s. This energy felt very different to me. I did write a few things down. Oh yeah, okay. This is somebody as well who is going to go through a lot of transformation in life. And with a certain vision. It's a very, I saw the planets were in a specific area in the chart that I was thinking, wow, this is really interesting. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets in one house. That's a lot. It's a lot. That means there's also a bit of an issue. Personality, let's say, work to be done, inner work that will reflect to others in this chart. There is a side to the chart and this person I saw that is very active, that is always want to be in action and doing things. But there is, for me, a slight disbalance between acting and sitting still and looking in the mirror and asking yourself really, what is it that you want in life? So for me, this chart feels like, ooh, this is a challenge, a huge challenge to make this the decisions that are right, because there's a lot of talents in a way to be different. She's very different, this woman, in my feeling, very different. There's a lot of sides to her. It's like almost a multiple personality. But they have to choose what and who they want to be. So almost astrology can be like a tool, like in psychotherapy or in therapy almost. Because we do combine in therapy. Sometimes I look at people's birth date to see the frequencies of the number and what we're dealing with. And in this case, I feel like decisions have to be made. It's like this woman wants to do so much, so many different things, I'm thinking, wow, it's too much. It's overwhelming almost. And then there's also the moon in Scorpio, who emotionally will go really deep. Everything will go deep. It's not an easy one, I find, because it's very, very challenging. The energies to work with, to keep a good balance and not get out of balance. It's very easy with this chart, I feel, to go out of balance because there's talents there, but she needs almost a car, a driver to drive her to the right destination, to help her in a way to make those choices. The Capricorn rising could also point out that it wasn't the easiest of starts with family and stuff in life. That's also something that could be a point. Yeah, I'll have to, investigate a bit more if she ever wants me to do a reading for her. But it's a life full of transformations as well. It's like going deep, going very deep, and coming out on the other side a lot of the time. A lot of lessons have to be learned here in this life. This is somebody who loves to travel and, in a way, escape, I would say, almost. Yeah, on the financial level, there's a bit of a challenge here, I see, in life, during her whole life. It's like she will always have to work hard to be sort of okay. Yeah, working hard is going to be always a thing to be able to find that financial stability. Yeah, life will never be a party or a holiday. It's going to be a lot to do with finding the mental balance, emotional balance in this chart, I feel. Yeah. Good. I think we'll keep it to that.
And again, Carolina, if you want a deeper reading, please contact Sofie.
Yeah.
Contact details is below video, and you can go step by step with Sofie.
Yeah, indeed. If she wants me to assist her, I can. So the next person I've got, a woman is Joanna. She's born on the 18th of February of 1975. There was no hour of birth, so that doesn't give us the right house. We have separated in the houses. But what I can do readings even without a time. It's going to be less detailed on some areas, but I can give a general. So I'll do that now. So she's got the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Taurus. Interesting. So the sun in Aquarius would mean, a quite extrovert personality normally. Bit of a rebel again, the freedom, the feeling of being able to do what you want to do without any restrictions, in a different way as well. Then the moon always represents the emotional side of us. It's in Taurus, so it would be somebody who likes to have the emotional security, the emotional steady position in life, not to be pushed off the balance on an emotional level. And then I see she got Venus and Jupiter in Pisces, which is very sensitive again, very artistic. Artistic can be to do with different things. there is like a creative side that I like about her. I don't know in which field, because I can't see the house where it would be, but it's a positive position, Jupiter and Venus on the financial level. It will give creative expansion and also financial expansion in life. It's a positive on that, because they affect each other. Those two planets, they are on the same. Let me see how much. Jupiter 23 and Venus. Yeah, they're on the same degree, so they have a big influence on each other. So it's a positive. It's Mars in a Capricorn, so that means work or what you do as a job. It's hard working, structured, planning, organizing. Again, what I noticed, this is somebody who is very good at taking on a lot of responsibilities, feels responsible as well to do things right, is an organizer, who is a leader again, is good at doing things in her own way. She also has got a dominant side to her in her character, which plays out. She got a good balance though, a good balance, very determined person. And this is somebody, in my opinion, that exactly knows which way she wants to go in life. And that is clear to me as well in her numbers of the birth date. She's very active as well. Is action woman, things have to get done. She has empathy. She got her soul path, like she knows which way to go. Yeah, I like this. This is a good balance. This is somebody who is in a good place, in a good balance. What else? Is there anything else I can see in this chart? She can come out in a quite unusual way if she speaks out and come in her way of communication. Yeah, different. She's different than to most people, and that's what I like about her, and people like that as well about her. It's unusual, it's quirky, it's spot on as well. Yeah, I like her character. This is somebody I would get on well, I think. Yeah, good, nice energy. Nice energy of this lady, Joanna. Yeah, she's got that sort of flexible personality, to be sensitive, to be very switched on, then to be very steady and secure and earthy and organizing. You know, she got a lot of different good qualities in her character. Yeah, good.
And Joanna, again, if you want a deep reading, please contact Sofie. Contact details is below video, and Sofie can give you deeper reading in everything.
Yeah, we're almost there. 2 to go, and then we'll go a little bit on the road for like this year. Yes, I've got Olga. Olga is born on the 22nd of July 1982. So she's born under the sign, just on the cusp. She's just still in the Cancer sign, on the last degree, on the 29th grade of Cancer, because every sign goes from 0 to 29. And this is the last day that year that she was in Cancer. She would have a little bit of Leo is the next sign, traits, because her moon is in Leo. So she will have that a bit in her as well. But she got quite some planets in Cancer, to be honest. So her characteristics will be very a Cancerian way. That means, again, water, especially the Cancer likes the family unit, likes, to be comfortable, comfort, home, the home situation. It's very important. Although I see in her chart she is in a position where she loves her career and her position in society as well. She has to do a job she really loves. Otherwise, it won't work. It's very, very, very simple. Her rising sun sign is Virgo, which makes her practical and is in a serving position again, serving other people in some way. I don't know. It could be something to do with finances. I'm just wondering, where's Mars? Okay, right. Mars is in Libra in the second house. Interesting. So it could to do with finances. Could also well be to do in Libra with the nice things in life, the comfortable things, the luxury. There's something about that. I don't know what it is. It's somewhere in that kind of field where I sense that the job or the work is, because financially this is somebody I see who has strength. There is a financial aspect in this lady's chart that is a positive, is expansion and a power as well. Interesting. What else? Let me see. Okay. She's very rational, I feel, as well. There's a rational side to her. Logic, that's it. She's very logic and rational. It's like if she doesn't see it, it's not proven. It's like somebody has to see it before she believes it. Practical, steady, organized. What else? Yeah, I see she's good at analyzing stuff as well. Analyzing things, the balance between stuff can be literally, figuratively speaking. There's something with that. Yeah, very interesting. She's what else? Let me see. She could me sometimes. I think there is that feeling I pick up on her, where she has undervalued herself in life at some point, like thinking she's not good enough. And I hope she has worked through that, because there's so much talent as well in this chart. There's a lot of things she can offer. This is somebody who is also hardworking in life. And if she loves something, she's going to really do it very well. She has an intuitive side as well. I could see there's a spiritual gift here as well, where she has an intuition and a spiritual connection. But there is, for me, still that little bit of disbalance where I feel it's finding that balance. There's something with the balance. I can sense that when I look at the chart, to keep that in a good place. She's also somebody else very active, who will do it. She has to do it. I can feel as well she's very generous towards friends. There's a generosity, but also a dominance towards friends, a dominant side of her character. Yeah, interesting lady, absolutely fascinating. It's always interesting then to actually speak to the person or connecting to them to see what they sort of felt, when I speak about them, what they found that, so yeah, this is right, or this is actually specific, I'm always curious. So I do hope they get in touch.
When you have face to face, I think then you can bounce from that person. You can have something
energy
back.
Yes. Yeah, the energy is clearer. Nothing to do with facial expression, because I don't need to see the person really. If I just can speak to them on the phone or on Skype or anywhere, it's enough. I can sense more energy from directly. I don't need to see them. That's the strength of reading. actually, because a lot of, I think, mediums or readers or energy workers look too much at somebody's reaction to pick up on something, because they are not always sure at what they're saying. But you have to work as a reader with your intuition, otherwise you're not doing a good job. It's that simple.
Yeah, and Olga as well, please. I do hope you will take up on Sophie's invitation and actually contact her
Yeah.
and get deep reading.
Yeah, it would be nice, definitely, whenever they are ready. So, and I've got the last one, Diana. She's born on the 22nd of December, 1965. So the sun sign is just on the last degree of Sagittarius, just on the cusp. And the rising sign is in Virgo, which is an earthy sign. So you got the fire, the Sagittarius fire, on that last bit. And then the earthy, practical Virgo sign, who is very practical, earthy, loves to analyze things, who is very on the dot. And this lady actually has a spiritual gift. She needs to develop more in life. There's a very spiritual side to her, and it comes out in this chart very strongly, like mediumship, spiritual healing, a spiritual gift to work with in life, talent, very powerful, in a very new way. This is like completely a new world that is opening. This lady also has a leading character. She's a leader into the future, in my opinion. A good balance as well, a good balance in the numbers. Everything is there to be successful in life. A good teacher into the world. The messages she brings everywhere into the world is also clear. Has healing abilities as well. And again, yeah, there is something, a feeling she loves about being free in a way, doing your own way. Then Mars in Capricorn, just on the last bit, would make you quite sort of structured in work, very structured. That as well. There is also this sort of passion and love I see in this chart. It's like to work with children or with young people. That as well. It's that feeling of working in that environment with younger people. Still have to, I'm not sure yet, but there's something else. I can't really see it now for the moment. Expanding. Yeah. Very good head, very switched on to learn, very good at learning things very quickly in a way. A lot of information, she's somebody who can really pick up a lot of information as well. Reading a lot. That as well. What else? It's somebody who's traveled somehow around the world, languages, countries, somebody who's been around, who has experience of seeing the world actually, and come and in a way speaking to people in different ways. So there's a lot to do with with the communication side in house 3, because house 3 is communicating. It's one of the things. On a lot of different levels. There's an emotional side as well to languages and traveling. What else? Oh yeah, it's also being able to connect to people that other people can't connect to. There's a talent there to have really that sort of be able to really open up with people, or people who have difficulty to open up, especially when you got that spiritual gift in that chart that needs to more on a developing way. There is a lot of potential here. I mean, this is a lovely energy to work with, because yeah, you are almost being pushed and led with this kind of chart in a certain direction. You have to do it. There's no other choice. If you don't do it, it will not go well. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of positive things on this chart. I'm not saying it's the easy one always, but this is really about communicating with the world, actually, this chart. And serving the people again. It's rising sun in Virgo. It is serving others, working with people. All over the world, I would say, and can be even, Mars. Let me see, is Mars okay? Yeah, it's just on the last bit, 5. Yeah, it could be almost as well teaching children as well in that way, sort of. That's also the feeling I see in this chart. Yeah, it is a great opportunity if you know your talents to really do something with it in life. I think a chart can be so interesting that it gives you a direction to go into. What else? So yeah, I think that's basically, yeah, and very empathic as well, personality here. And yeah, definitely.
I think didn't mention financial for everybody. We
Okay.
mentioned financial situations
Yes,
as well.
financially. I can't see really huge problems in any way. It will be an unusual way of income. That will be the thing. I don't know, it's like almost I see a school sometimes. I know, it's like a school for different education, different, something like that. Yeah, I can't see huge issues on that level here in this chart. No, it's not like being really rich, but not being poor either in life. It's like, okay, you're going to be all right in that chart. Yeah.
Okay, and thank you very much for all readings. And now we came from that point when we can, for everybody, what's going on with the world now.
Yeah, so I've had a look in the planetary movements. This is my, let's say, logarithms for all the planets. And I also listen, I'm not going to lie about this, because I can then see what I feel and check with Pam Gregory and Becca Goldsmith. So if I'm feeling the same thing as they do in the next coming months, this year, specific points, and yes, it resonates with me. When I pick something up, I check with them, I'm thinking, yeah, exactly. I pick up the same things, the same information. So I can always say to people, if you want to have a good astrology reader, very popular on YouTube, it's them, actually, those two ladies. But so what I picked up and resonates with them was that we are now entering this time of that everything is coming more clearer for people in the world. A lot of information from deep down will come to the surface, especially the time between now and October is very, very specific. We will have sort of those backdrops where we like go, one step forward, two steps back, but then we go forward again for a while because we are still in that very turbulent energy of Uranus that just throws everything at us. Uranus is a planet that never announces anything. It just drops in. You never know when they're going to knock on the door. It's always unannounced, it's unpredictable, it's sudden. You just don't know. And it's very hard to plan anything for everybody. Planning stuff is not always easy, especially now. We got Mercury retrograde till the 4th of June. So planning, traveling, but especially communicating, because it is it is for now in Gemini. So it is the words we use, the language we speak. First think before you speak, because sometimes it can come across not so well with some people. And then it goes back into Taurus a little bit on around the 25th of May till we move forward again, the 4th of June, luckily. So Mercury and Taurus would make things slow down a bit again. It makes it not easy to always express or bring the message across in the right way. What else for this year? Very important. So we do have Saturn in Aquarius this year, which is trying to reorganize the whole system. We sort of stepped out of the Capricorn energy, Saturn in Capricorn last year, who was holding on to a structure that didn't want to let go. But now this year is about, finally we get out of that grip a bit, of that grip of a system that is trying to glue everything with glue that doesn't work anymore. It's rubbish. The glue is expired, so we need to just pick up the pieces and see what we can put back, but in a different way, because the way before didn't work. It just didn't. We could see, like, you can try to hold something together, but if it doesn't work, what's the point? We need to completely change our ways of doing things. So old structures are actually slowly going down, crumbling down, and we already are with one foot creating new ways to do things, in every way. Actually, it's like our whole belief system is being completely going to the washing machine on a program of 90 degrees. We are being rinsed, we are being tumbled, it's like, well, you come out, you step in and you come out a new person. You're no longer the same anymore. It's really that feeling that we get this year, like, wow, what happened to us? What happened to all of us? It's like we completely have a new life almost ahead of us. And we have a new life ahead of us. And those energies this year are very strong, because I feel, and I checked it with Pam and with Braca as well, I agree on that. We really feel that this is the transformational year to set its start point to come to start all over again. It's like we get a second chance to a new life. That energy is definitely there. And then later this year, I would say October time, we have a bit of a turbulent time again, where things are going to move forward in a way, but with quite some turbulence. And I'm not sure yet how it's going to play out, but we are then going from Libra into Scorpio in that month. And there's some planetary movements there where planets go direct, they come out of retrograde. So Saturn will come out of retrograde. Mercury will come out of retrograde. So that will give us new opportunities. And again, big changes will come along. It's like we move forward constantly. You can't be going back to the comfortable seat that you were sitting in. You're going to a next one, another seat. So that time of the year will be interesting as well. And towards then the end, especially in December, because in December we also have the winter solstice. That is always a big turning point. Every solstice is a turning point. Even the one in June now is also the season changing from 21st of June, longest day. It is again, we move forward again. And that will probably be more on a level of information that's coming out. In December, I see it differently. It's like it's going to come to a final result, I would say, in the world, where things will never be the same. It's going to be like, it's there, you can't do anything about it. You either go with it or you don't. But if you don't, it's going to be very hard. If you can't accept certain things, then you will struggle. That's why it's so important to do inner work and to really be able to go with the energies some sort of a way, to create your own reality and not go against the stream, but with the stream and what you feel is right. And that's just for everybody, it's very different, For you, it may be this, and for me, it may be that, It's a very personal journey again, but it's navigating through the storm, because we are in the storm still. We feel everything is so constantly up and down and left and right, and planning anything is going to be so difficult. So we will have to go week by week, month by month. Nobody can predict exactly what's going to happen when. As well, it's been really difficult for a lot of astrologers as well. We can see waves. Sometimes things can be like almost postponed till the time is right for the real change. But it sets a sort of precedent that energy is on its way. So I think that was sort of the general for this year for everybody in the world, because we do expect a lot of things, but the question is how and when. And that's with the Uranus planet and energy. Again, we don't know. We are not really told until that we're very close to that. When we're really close, then we will pick it up more. And we'll think, oh, this is very close. This feels very like something now is going to change. But we can't look ahead for very long. A bit better and better, but it depends on stuff. For yourself, maybe yes, but on a world scale, how it's going to affect everything, financially in the world. We are in this position where things have to change. There's no other way. But it's going to be so unusual and so as people not expect to be.
I think nobody at the moment knows exactly how it will be.
No.
It's
there's multiple possibilities. There's
possibilities.
Yes.
Multiple possibilities, and there's like few of them. I don't know how many exactly, 5 or something possibilities which one could be.
The one,
real
which
ones, but
one
nobody will
knows?
know
Yeah, exactly.
exactly which one.
True.
So I think for everybody who is watching us now, please, if you're going through trouble, it's much easier to go through trouble if you have a roadmap.
Yeah,
So
and
contact Sophie, contact me, and we both will try to help you out and give
yeah,
you
yeah.
such round map and tools to actually communicate easier
Yes.
this all troubling times which coming.
Yeah, absolutely. We can assist in different ways,
Yeah,
how it
we
works.
both can assist in completely different ways, people, but that doesn't mean any of us is is wrong. We have each our skill sets and
Yeah.
we can help you. And also, if you like my shows, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And you can buy me coffee. Also, PayPal link is below the video. And we hope Sophie will be back to us
Yes,
again
I
in
will.
a little while. So, from our hearts to yours, thank you very much for watching and God bless.